Welcome shooters and collectors. Today we're going to be looking at the Heckler & Koch P7K3 and 22 long rifle. And if you probably already know, this gun can shoot 3 different calibers, 32, 22, and 380, by changing out the barrel and magazine. So you can swap those out and choose the caliber you like to shoot. Anyway, first of all, I'd like to go ahead and just start to do a little comparison here, size-wise. For some reason, when the K3 is in my hand, it feels like a lot smaller than a regular P7, but in reality, it's almost the same size. It really is. It looks to be just the slide and frame are a little bit shorter in the front, but other than that, everything else looks, the height and everything else is about the same, which is a little bit shocking to me, because like I said, it just feels a lot smaller, but it really isn't. The differences between a K3 and a P7, P7MA, M13, there is no gas piston in the pistol. Instead, it just uses a traditional recoil spring and a pneumatic buffer, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. And which is kind of nice because the P7 series, they really heat up when you're shooting them, and you don't really have that problem with this pistol at all. So I'll go ahead and take it apart now, and like I said, there's a buffer in the 22, or excuse me, there's a floating chamber in the 22, and it's pretty easy to take apart. You just twist it up like such, and you go ahead and pull it out. And then to do a barrel swap, all you do is you take a barrel wrench, and you loosen it up, and then it just unscrews like so. And then you take the barrel out like that, put their 32 or 380 in, and put the nut back on. It's really that simple. It's a great system that they came up with, and it's also reliable. So, and fun to shoot. At least in 22 it is for me. Something you may notice on this pistol is the barrel. And the barrel is a little bit different. This is actually the factory barrel here. They're both factory barrels, but this one is threaded for a can. And it was a 4-piece system. So I purchased the barrel, the thread protector for the barrel, the adapter, and then the wrench to get it on and off. And I'll show you how that works very quickly. So all you have to do is put this back together like so. And oops, I forgot to put the floating chamber in. Let me do that. Get this all back together. Come back there. Ah, butterfingers today. There we go. Simple enough. That's what it looks like with the thread protector on. Pull this back, slide. And then you can use this piece here if it's on tight. You put this in a vise, squeeze it down, and then unscrew it. But right now it's just loose. So I'll go ahead and do it like that. Screw this on. Like such. This is a faux can, I should call it, I guess. And for this, if you want to torque it down, you can use the wrench, screw this on, put it in a vise to torque it down. I don't know, maybe if you know you're just always going to leave this, you could just use some Loctite if you want to. I don't think it's really not that big of a deal. Yep, that's threaded side, so let's see here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. Now, what I kind of like to do is, instead of using the wrench, if you're going to leave this nut, or let's say if you have a can that's dedicated just to this pistol, what you can do, what I found is a little bit easier, is just to use blue Loctite and Loctite the adapter onto the can, and then you don't even really need the wrench. You can just, you know, do this and it comes right off, and then you can just screw this on and, you know, use the wrench there if you like. But overall, it comes out really nice. Looks very good, I think. Simple to do, simple to install, and you don't have to worry about messing up the original barrel. So, and you know, because if you use your original barrel, sure, and that's great, it's threaded, but if you go to sell later on, people are like, I want an original one. You know, that's how it always goes. It's always the opposite of whatever you have. And it's like, oh, I wanted this. If you didn't have it threaded, they'd be like, I want it threaded, but you know how that goes. Anyway, I bought the barrel and the little kit on Gunbroker. It was kind of pricey, but what isn't? That's HK, I guess, really. And yeah, it's a factory barrel, and it's threaded and ready to go, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's a 1/2 inch by 28 TPI on the threading. I believe that's what it is. So anyway, thanks for watching my my little video clip, and have a good day. Please subscribe and like. I would appreciate it. Thanks.